Jill Slater here. I just want to share with you guys. I just taught a 50-minute yoga class with the whole focus being on hip flexors. Now, you can do a test for yourself. You have tight hip flexors. If you come to your belly, cross your left forearm in front of your chest for a yoga pose called half bow pose. Make sure both hips, sides of the hips are on the floor, right side, left side, bend right knee, grab ankle, pull heel to butt. Look back. And if your heel's not touching your butt, you have tight hip flexors. I just taught literally a 50-minute yoga class and my heel is not any closer to my butt, maybe a tiny bit closer. And then check in with the other side. Typically, your more dominant side is going to be a little tighter. Typically, not everybody. And then check in with how far away your heel is from your butt. One stretch. Let's see if one of my resistance stretches has an effect. So you lie on your back. You could use a little pillow, a block for a pillow, a foam roller as a pillow for a pillow, right leg up, grab behind the back of the right leg, draw that right leg in, find the edge of your stretch, and now kick the right leg into your hands. Left leg comes up, crosses over the front of the right ankle, and now you resist leg against leg. Left foot is pressing into the right leg pressing back into the left foot, and the left foot is going to overcome the force of that right leg, and it's going to bend the right leg. And you keep the resistance on the whole time that you are bending this leg. So I call this is the lengthening technique. So the step one is the setup. Step two, you resist legs against each other. You're also resisting that thigh into the hands, and hands are pulling the thigh in. Step three is adding the lengthening technique while keeping all that resistance on. Your stretch is going to end when your resistance really weakens. And then step four, you release and let it go. We're going to do about 8 or 9 of these. You might start to feel some shaking in the right leg. You might notice fatigue in the right thigh area. That's typically what I notice after a few reps. I'm noticing it fairly quickly right now. With this particular stretch, the whole time the left leg is pushing the right leg down, push the right leg back into the leg. Last one. And release. Whew. That should feel like you're working hard. Bring the left leg up, grab underneath the back of the left leg, draw the leg in, find the edge of your stretch, push thigh into hands, but the hands don't let the thigh move. Right leg comes up, crosses over left, add the resistance, left against right, right against left. Add the lengthening technique with the resistance. We're bending the left knee by pushing into the left leg. The whole time you're doing that, the left leg is pushing into the right leg. The left leg didn't want to move in the first place, and it wants to keep trying to go back to its start position. Usually for me, after about 4 or 5 reps, I get very tired in my left thigh area. The key to this type of stretching is keeping the resistance on the whole time. And even when you set up and you create the resistance, we want to hold that for 1 to 2 seconds before we add the lengthening technique. Let's do one more. And release. Take a little breather before we retest. Whew. Roll to one side. Lie on your belly. Cross left forearm in front of your chest. Reach right arm back. Grab ankle. Pull heel to butt. And notice if you're closer. Wow. I'm touching actually. Make sure both sides of the hips are on the floor. The right side, the front of the left side. Lower that leg down. Look to the other side. So I mean, as much as I love yoga, you could keep doing your yoga. This is just a major compliment to yoga if you love your yoga. And I'm touching on the other side. But I kind of just wasted 50 minutes of my time. Not wasted, but my goal was to get into my hip flexors. And this 1 2-minute stretch made all the difference in the world. Sit back in child's pose, take a breath here. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll add another one soon.